Hello guys, so today we're talking about the box office. First movie, number one at the box office, is Ford v Ferrari. The only people who seem to hate this movie are SJWs complaining that it's all white men. Oh yeah, it's all white males. White males don't make money, okay? You know, this is not a movie that's gonna debunk these people, okay? It's doing pretty similar to another movie called Baby Driver, okay? Um, Not First Man. First Man's a really bad comparison. You know, Baby Driver is another movie about cars. Um, and the Mule is doing very similar to that movie. Okay, and Baby Driver came out in the summer, but it wasn't expected to do. It was expected to do okay at the box office. Actually, Baby Driver only opened up 20 million, so actually 4 is doing way better than Baby Driver, and that movie still managed to gross $107 million. So if 4 continues to do as well as continue to do continue to make like Baby Driver did, okay, um, and goes 20 million opening, but Baby Driver released on a holiday weekend, so it was around 24 million, 22 million, 29 million on its holidays. So you can see a part this movie is doing already better than Baby Driver, which got good reviews. People love that movie. Okay, this is Wolfie Ferrari versus Baby Driver. Um, you can see here that the movie on its first Sunday, because there was a release on a holiday. Okay, he was Baby Driver and 4 very similar opening, 29 million. But 4 had an advantage of being released on a holiday weekend. Um, but even with that, that's like the best comparison you can have for 4 is Baby Driver, which, which I think let's stop talking about that because that's gonna get its own video all in itself. Basically, so 4 is making money. Its budget is $97 million. Okay, $97 million, and I think it's gonna make back its money because it's like I said. Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is not gonna make back its money because it's really expensive. Okay, but then the international sales come out. Okay, the international sales in some countries have always been selling well for this movie. For people out, we don't know if especially gonna come out like China. Okay, it could do, and in Italy will do really well as well. Midway it's still doing well. Midway needs $100 million to break even. It's hanging down pretty slowly. It's gonna be a pretty leggy movie internationally. It's already doing having decent legs. Already it grows 45 million, which is off of its $17 million opening. So it is doing really well at the box office, considering that they were expecting it to flop. Okay, they were expecting it to lose money. Okay, it is now the number two movie at the box office. Um, it did have a 50% drop off, so it is not as big as Totally Dark Fate drop off of 60%. So then we have the biggest flop of the year. Okay, well the biggest flops of the year. So this is the movie that the SCWs keep talking about how great it is. Okay, no one's watching this. Okay, this movie needs the same amount of money as Midway to break even, 100 to $120 million. Okay, and this movie only made 8 million on its opening. Okay, there are people who are still trying. Oh, this movie's not gonna flop. Okay, this movie's not gonna flop. It only made 8 million. So the guys who predicted this movie to open up 8 million, you guys are completely correct. It did open up 8.6 million. Okay, you know what other movie opened on its first day of 8 plus? So that means that means Charlie's Angels. Here's the funny thing. I can compare that to Rebel Angel. Okay. Here I just can show you how poorly Charlie's Angels is doing. So um, it's doing even worse than Atomic Blonde and John Wick is doing. John Wick had the free tail Bellum. Okay, that movie just would destroy Charlie's Angels. Okay, that's not even a good comparison. Okay, but here's one movie you can compare it to that they were saying it was gonna be a big flop. Okay, but they weren't saying Charlie's Angels was gonna flop. Okay, you know, here it is. A Read About Angel versus Charlie's Angels. Okay, day one. Okay, the first day. Okay, A Read About Angel outsold Charlie's Angels in 3 days. The first day we about Angels Gross was his Charlie's Angels, okay? You know, this is just really funny. I just wanted to show you this, okay? Read about Angel, okay? You know, outsold Charlie's Angels in 1 day. So it took 1 day for Read About Angel to beat this really awful movie, Charlie's Angels. It actually says $48 million here, right here, okay? On $48 million. So if and this $10 million, $19 million, That's also $10 million from China. So in Europe, people are not watching this movie either. At least in 28 plus markets already, 28 markets already, 20 plus markets already. So all the major markets has already come out and no one is watching it. Okay, Playing the Fire, that's a John Cena movie. This movie is actually doing pretty well at the box office, considering the critics are saying it was an unfunny movie. I haven't seen it, but considering that this movie is making $25 million, I don't know. I guess the budget for that movie again. Playing with Fire is a John. I think John Cena is probably attracting people to the movie. Okay, Playing with Fire. Um, and you can't and the movie, but and of course you can see here on IMDb people don't really care for it. But of course, it has John Cena in it, which people are going to watch it just for John Cena alone. Oh, it's actually $30 million budget, so this movie isn't doing too well at the box office, but it's doing better than they expected it to do. They expected it to be like the third real movie, and it's doing better than Last Christmas. And it's at $29 million according to Wikipedia. Um, which this movie dropped by 43%. So this movie might actually make back its money if it continues having decent drop-offs despite critic reviews. Okay, John Cena is attracting people to his movies again. Last Christmas, this movie actually had a decent drop-off. This movie's probably not gonna make back its money. Do not know its actual budget. Same way Playing Fire, it's a pretty iffy one. Okay, a pretty iffy one. Last Christmas came out at the same time. Last Christmas, same budget as the Fire movie. Um, it's actually having pretty decent ratings considering it only opened with 11 million. So the movie's actually doing pretty decently, but it's not doing well enough. It's not doing extremely well. Okay, and it has the same budget as Playing with Fire as well. So basically, next is Doctor Sleep. This movie fell all the way down to number 6. This movie is just no one just wants to see us. Um, Maybe it's because not everybody is a fan of The Signing. This movie has like a $50 million, but $40 million budget. So this movie is not doing too well at the box office, which is pretty sad because people were predicting it to be number 1. Okay, like Odin saying, "Oh, it's gonna top number 1." It was pretty surprising when it didn't top number 1. Okay, next is The Good Wire. This movie only opened with 5 million, and 3 million, but this movie might have massive legs. You don't know. It might do okay. It's not one of the small movies. Okay, it's not one of the smaller movies at the box office. Okay, Joker. We're going to make my own video about that. Don't worry about Joker. If someone gets here, oh, why you skip Joker? I can make my entire own video, but I can go like a very small one now down over here. Joker is at $1.1 billion. Okay, made is at 322 million domestically, and it's still doing well at the box office. Okay, and here it is. I'm not gonna do comparisons again until I do the own video about Joker. You know, Next is Maleficent Mistress of Evil. For some reason, people are still watching this. Do not know why. People are still watching this, movie. Okay, Maleficent Mistress of Evil. People are still watching it. So it's at $458 million. So people are still watching this. Surprisingly, it is a Disney movie, so it does have that advantage. It has Disney's logo plastered on it, so it's actually doing pretty well considering the movie was expected to flop based off its opening. So it's doing way better than Tony and Dark Fate. So it'll probably reach $500 million salary, which means there'll be more money for the mouse. Next is Harriet, which it only has domestic sales, which we can't really talk about anything. It's doing okay. Do not know that the budget. It's like the budget's like 20 to 30 million, but it's doing absolutely on the top of its box office projections. Then we have Dark Fate. This movie is continuing to bomb at the box office. Okay, this is just it's just the funny thing. This movie is just now it's going to the absolute lowest of the woes in terms of sales. Okay, no one's watching this movie. It's making no money. Okay, it's at $243 million. Probably won't make much more. Okay, and it's considering that Boy Before Hour is now out and it's now out. And Midway, some of these other movies, Dark Fate, let's follow the top 10, will probably not make much more money. Jojo Rabbit, which is about, a certain mustache man. Okay, we can't say his name, or else, YouTube will derank this video. It's doing pretty well. It's made by Takeda Wahidi. If you don't know him, he made the Thor Ragnarok movie. And this movie is continuing to do well day by day. Despite it being about Mr. Mustache Man. Okay, You know, this movie will probably may end up around 20 million, which considering it's about a certain mustache guy, okay, you know, and a certain group of people during World War II, a certain faction in World War II, um, yeah, it's doing pretty well despite being about certain people. Okay, Zombie Man Double Tap did make back its money. It's slowing down like every other film. It's not doing as well as the first one, but it is doing pretty well despite these SDW saying it was so terrible, it's so garbage. Okay, Parasite. This movie is still making money at the box office. It's a Korean movie, which is surprising that a Korean movie is so popular in America. This movie will probably be winning Oscars. Wouldn't be surprised. People are saying this movie is a masterpiece. It's one of the best movies of the year. Um, and next is The Addams Family. This movie is still making money. It's surprising. This movie is still making money despite Halloween being over. Okay, Halloween is basically over at this point. So basically, Addams Family will probably not make 100 million domestically, but it will still make enough money for United releasings. They're also making a sequel to this movie as well, which will probably and it'll probably improve on the first one as well. Which first one is considered meh, the animation is considered meh. But the thing is, this is a first movie. Okay, they will improve on the animation likely in this movie. Because if you look at United Artists releasings, it is one of the first movies, so you gotta give this movie kind of some flack for having bad animation. Because it's kind of like if you make and people just on this movie because it's oh, it's not bad, it's poor, great animation. Especially considering it's the first movie, one of the first movies they made, okay, and people just wanted to go see it, okay. That it's a win, okay. The movie may not be good, but it's it can't be like Tarantino made, and in terms of animation, animation is expensive and lengthy, so it is kind of makes sense they wanted to make the budget small, and based off of popular property, they'll probably improve upon in the sequel, which they are making a sequel to this movie. Surprisingly, if you didn't know that, so that's basically it. If they don't improve on it, then then of course you can complain about all you want, but it is one of the first artists and releasing first movies and Countdown. It's a major success for SDX Entertainment. Considering that most of the movies completely do not do well, it's doing okay, pretty well. Where and making money probably for SDX. It's a pretty small budget movie too. SDX Entertainment didn't really have the most successful year. They had considering they came out this year. What they came out with this year is the tickets sold was much lower. Okay, the market sale has increased because of Hustlers and some other movies. Okay, which is actually the third highest grossing movie. They had a few successes this year. The Upside, Hustlers. They also had Countdown, which actually was a success. Palms, which we don't know the actual budget for that movie, and you know, Ugly Dolls, which we all know flopped. That was made by them. Ugly Dolls, which isn't listed here for some reason. Ugly Dolls, which Playboy the movie is also projected to flop as well. Where was Ugly Dolls? Yeah, it should be around here. But Palms came out. Ugly Dolls flopped. And yep, because Ugly Dolls flopped. Don't know what other movies they released this year. Okay, and of course the one movie, the Oscar bait movie they made. Um, you know, the Best of Enemies, which no one watched, and Beaters. Hustlers is not even out yet, so we can't really see if it does well. And they don't have it's made by SDX Entertainment as well. It's Ugly Dolls. Best of Enemies is the biggest flop of all, basically biggest flop. And they also have the complete list with much more movies probably. In 2019 they had more movies as well. So they had Ugly Dolls, which flopped. Best of Enemies, which flopped. This movie, which is do not know what it is. Playmobil, which also flopped, but they probably rushed it out. It's another. But they had 1, 2, 3 successes this year, and they had three. 4 flops. So it's kind of a and they had 2 big movies, and all the small movies kind of flopped. So maybe they're probably now abandoned animation movies. Okay, they're trying to make their own animation movies. Oh, that's a Peppa Pig movie, and that's basically it. Of box office. Goodbye.